Good afternoon and welcome to beautiful Langley, British Columbia, the site of the Thunderbird Show Park, and this week the Fort Classic. Today's meter 45 ATCO Cup has been beautifully designed by international course designer Peter Holmes and will feature 24 horse and rider combinations, most of which are from right here in Canada, with the exception of Kyle King out of the US and Emily Ward from Great Britain. And as we take a look at three horse and rider combinations, which we think are three to watch today, Tiffany Foster, hometown girl from right here in Langley, BC. She will have 5 horses in the class today. She's coming off recent success Friday night. She won the Maui Gym Open Welcome. And second in that class was Calgary's Ben Aslin, who coincidentally just coming off a win in the meter 40 class right before this class, in which Tiffany was second in. So expect to see a battle between those two today, and always a threat. Kyle King, again out of the US, has 2 entries and is always a danger in the field among many others. We could not have picked a better day here today. And with that, I will throw it over to Karen Lee Batten, who will be singing today's national anthem.
Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Thunderbird Show Park for the $40,000
Can't hear anything. Great way to start things off, Eddie. A little bit of technical difficulties. We can't hear ourselves, we can't hear the producers, but we're going to get going nonetheless here. Welcome aboard. I know extremely experienced horseman, but this is not something you do all the time, so thank you very much.
No, pleasure. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we don't make too many. I was going to use a wrong word to start with there. I have to watch my language to begin with.
No swearing. So first in the ring here, we've got Tiffany Foster, who has 5 horses in the class today. Obviously a hometown girl, very experienced, and somebody that you've had the fortune of watching grow up here around Thunderbird, and what a remarkable rider she's become.
I've got to admire and watch Tiffany all over the world, and she's a pleasure to watch. Beautiful stylist, great rider. She just keeps getting better and better. This is a horse that she's brought on from a youngster. I saw this jump at Wellington as a 6-year-old. Saw it on Friday, jumped really good, got a little bit stuffy once or twice. So, but this is a really nice track for us, so I'd expect it to jump really good.
And out there earlier, taking a look at the course, Peter obviously set some challenges out there, but also allowing these horses to sort of ease back into competition out there. I know that was one of the comments that you made.
No, it's a lovely course. Really, as a Grand Prix introduction, it's perfect. There's a lot of young, inexperienced riders on it, and it'd be interesting to see them. But for Tiffany, for the like of this horse to produce it and bring it on, it's ideal in preparation for it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So far it's jumping really good. Be interested to see what does in the combination. She's gone forward on the 9 strides. A little bit of an option there if you want to take it. paid for it on the back bar. Okay, so this next fence is a little bit of a scope test off a tight corner, a little bit of a wider rock, so behind the trees we can't really see it, but it looks okay. And then we see what she's going to do to the last. It's either a forward 6 or a wide 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, easy enough for her, so it's right and good. So that was an unlucky round, but I think she'll be happy enough. That horse jumped really good.
And again, how nice is it to have 5 trips out there? You really get to know it by the end.
Well, I don't think she's probably by 5 trips in this heat. I'm telling you, she's going to earn her keep today. I feel sorry for her.
Well, that's another thing we were chatting about too. 35 degrees out there. It's verging on being a little bit uncomfortable. It's beautiful, but again, the heat, it does take its toll.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful breeze. Doesn't actually feel as that, but it's if you're riding 5 horses, you're going to know it.
So coming into the ring now, we've got Carly Stevens, who is trained by Lisa Carlson out of Calgary, and she is aboard Atena de la Armitage.
This is a Carly. I don't think I've seen her before, but obviously training with Lisa, she's going to know what it's all about, and it'll be interesting to watch her.
Fairly new horse for Carly, purchased in February. Carly admittedly says that she's athletic but has a bit of an attitude and likes to show it off, so we'll see if we see any of that out there today.
Oh, well, attitude is always good if you get it to work for you.
Yeah.
It's a help. Okay, so she's starting off quite slow. I actually didn't check to see what the time allowed is, but if it's a tight time, she might just be pushing it a little bit. She's gone out. She's gone outside there, and be interested to see what she does in this line. First distance is pretty straightforward, and she has an option here of what she's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She came forward on the 8 and jumped it perfectly. That's our blind fence, but it looks okay. Good vertical, it's jumping good, this horse.
Quite the kick out the...
Yeah, that's the
back end
attitude.
there.
That's the attitude. As long as it kicks at the right time, it doesn't kick the pole, doesn't matter. Good triple bar. Okay, so she'll probably go forward in here again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it's good. That's a little bit the risk in taking the first option going in there, is that your vertical is quite tight. And you know, I wonder we'll see if many of my preference into that line would be to do the steady 10, but it's easy for me sitting here. I don't have to worry about it.
ATCO, obviously the sponsor of today's class, along with Thunderbird and Spruce Meadows in Calgary, they've just done such a phenomenal job of being, you know, stewards of the sport. And both of these facilities, both in Thunderbird and Spruce Meadows, you know, some of the top facilities in the world. When you take a look at them in comparison, it's just too bad we don't have international riders here today, realistically, because of COVID.
Well, it feels nonetheless. It feels like a proper Grand Prix, and everybody's excited about it. I must say the arena is looking fantastic. The footing and the grass is amazing.
So third rider into the ring, this is Jenna Whitehead, trains with Laura and Brent Beliski here in Langley. She's aboard Casino Da Vinci, and it's Jenna's birthday today, so hopefully she has a good trip out there.
Well, let's hope she has something more than a birthday to celebrate after all this.
Just going to take a little bit of a look around there. This is actually Jenna's first time competing at the meter 45 height on Casino.
Okay, second fence, maybe a little bit spooky for some horses, but that's out of the way, well dealt with. A nice 5 here. Then she keep coming. No, she does the 9. A little bit of a late decision. Okay, the back bar has gone at that. I'm sorry, that fence is a little bit out of her view, so it's hard to see what happened there.
Yeah, so she's carrying 4 faults now. 6 did come down, unfortunately.
Nice triple bar again. Big.
Again, that second vertical coming down.
Again, she went forward. She went forward on the 9 strides there. So basically, I think most of them have had the combination so far, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for her first time doing meter 45 on this horse, I'd say she was going to be happy. It's a good performance.
Yeah. It's always nice to get that first one out of the way.
Yeah, and it's once it's got a Grand Prix label on, it's a little bit more exciting and a little bit more pressure and that, but it's all part of getting experience in the sport.
Mm-hmm. And this is our first trip with Ben Aslan today out of Calgary, ATCO Stables, and he is on Veyron. 2 horses in the class today, and Ben just coming off a win in the meter 40 class prior to this class today, so he's already had a good day, but I'm sure we'll look to continue that forward in this class.
We wish Ben all the good luck, because he's had enough bad luck so he had throughout this season with injuries and stupid falls and things like that. Lovely horseman, has developed really good, spent a lot of time in Europe with Ludger, and he's put a lot of work, and he's one of the hard workers in the sport. He's just hopefully one of these younger horses or horses will come through. He needs another McAvoy again. If he does, he's right back on top of the world. Nice smooth 8.
Yeah, and in speaking to Ben earlier today, he was one of the riders who said he's really just been using this time during the COVID pandemic to work with some of his younger horses and get to know them and bring them along. So trying to turn a negative into a positive for sure for Ben.
Oh, absolutely. And after the injuries he's had sort of the early part of the year, I'm sure he was happy to sort of have a little bit of time to mend himself as well, you know. Very stylish rider. Oh, well done.
Clear round for Ben, first one of the day. McAvoy was an Irish horse, was he not? Vince?
You know, I'm not quite sure, but he was a great one.
Yeah, well, that's why I asked. I thought you would.
I'm not quite sure, but he was good, and he made his comeback again this year. And he's quite old now, but he's still full of beans. He actually bucked Ben off in the warm-up ring, jumping a little X, and broke his wrist or broke his finger, and put Ben out of action for a long time. But it was great to see the horse coming back. He looked fantastic.
And Ben, of course, part of the Southern family at Spruce Meadows there, but really has sort of, I would say, you know, is really in the last couple of years trying to make a name for himself, and obviously, you know, heading over to Germany and spending some time over there. He, as you said previously, he's really working at developing his own sort of sense of style.
Yeah, he served his apprenticeship. He's done all the right. He's made all the right moves now, and again, he's like so many talented younger riders. He's just hoping to get his hands on that horse to go to the next level, you know.
Hard to find though, and sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't. But
Yeah,
I'm
well,
sure you had several in your career that were, it's luck of the draw. You gotta find them.
yeah, I was lucky enough. I came across a few, but so a lot of the good ones find you as well. So it's just not a question of going out and spending money and buying one. You have to have so many parts of it.
So this is Emily Fitzgerald in the ring now on Caesar A, trained by Lisa Carlton out of Calgary.
That's a big jumper. Some people like this. To me, this is a big, slow-moving horse. Some people love these. Me, when I was in it, I sort of didn't particularly like them, but it jumps pretty good. And notice she made the inside turn from 2 to 3, so maybe she's conscious at the time because of its movement. Yeah, a big lopey stride. That's good. Okay, a little kick here, girl. Very good.
Yeah, again, Lisa has quite a few in the class today, which is nice to see. Strong
She's-
contingent from Alberta out here at Thunderbird this week and next week, which is great.
Okay, one to go. Just don't know how she's on the time. I can't see the clock, but jumped a lovely round. Yeah, it looks like it's going to build up into a good class. Looks like we're going to get enough clear rounds for a good jump off. Again, Peter is a genius at course building, but particularly in this field, he knows it so well. And he knows his riders and he knows his horses. He sort of always seems to get it right. If it's a 5-star Grand Prix, Nations Cup, or whether it's like this, a National Grand Prix, he's just got that flair for it.
So speaking of having no international riders here at the moment because of COVID, Kyle King, who is American, has decided to come up and train out of here for the time being. So he's here, and that's who's in the ring next here, giving his horse a little look at the water jump there.
Kyle has been around this area for quite a time. He's down the road just across, not too far from here, with Stuart Belkin. Uses that as his base and has been doing that for years. Again, great professional, great rider. Kyle, he's a winner. Again, he's just one of those riders. The only thing he's lacking was getting the right horse, And he's a hard worker. I saw him out in the heat riding young horses round there, sort of did earlier on this morning, and he knows how to get it done.
So this is Coffee to Go, an 11-year-old Westphalian gelding.
He's jumping a good round.
Yeah, he hasn't had him terribly long, just a partnership since last summer.
He looked like he's taken a bit of riding. He's Kyle has been strong and effective on him. He's sort of making his mind up for him.
Yeah, it looks like it's
Hopefully Kyle can bring it home here in the last 2 jumps. A good vertigo. Good job, Kyle. Love to see Kyle in the jump off. Doesn't matter what he's riding, he gives it his all.
wow, and that's other riders not so much. He's always a threat out there. He definitely is one that goes for the win. So nice to see. We'll have a jump off here today, and we'll head into a quick commercial break and come back with the rest of the field when we return.
For over half a century, Ani has been building communities for people to live, work, and play. Our success reflects our commitment to quality construction, innovation, sustainability, and customer satisfaction. At Ani, we understand that our business is dependent upon our customers and the communities we serve. It is why we believe so strongly in planning for the future and giving back to those communities through long-lasting relationships that span over generations. It's our commitment to living well. It's a celebration of community today and for the future.
Integrity, caring, agility, collaboration. Every day, our people go to work delivering inspired solutions in structures and logistics, electricity, natural gas, retail energy, and ports and transportation to homes, businesses, and communities around the world. Find out more at atco.com.
Welcome back to Thunderbird Show Park here for the ATCO Cup meter 45 class. Biggest class of the week for these horses and riders, and just trying to get back into the flow of things, Eddie. I know, everyone's sort of had a different answer in terms of, what they've been doing with this time off. Some people have, used it to bring their young horses along and rehab injuries, and other people have been going crazy and just really looking forward to getting back to competitions, this is the first class for a lot of them back at this level. And obviously Tiffany, 5 horses, this is her second horse in the ring today. Really trying to get those miles back under some of her horses and get going again.
Oh yeah, as I say, it's great to get back at it again, and I have to say Thunderbird are doing an amazing job here. Their controls and their strictness on social distancing and wearing masks and everything, they need a pat on the back for it. It's been excellent. Just on the bad news, as I just heard today, that Tryon had its first break of the COVID at Tryon International Horse Show after a week or so after Kentucky, so that's not looking good in the States. Okay, Tiffany is working hard here.
Yeah, and so none of our usual American riders are up here, just a strong contingent of Canadians, but I've been very impressed with the protocols in place here. They're doing a fantastic job. Every single person on the grounds is wearing a mask. You're sanitizing in and out of every checkpoint. So
Well, if we want to keep it open, this is what we have to do, and there's no buts about it.
yeah.
As Tiffany's having a bad day with the combination as her second horse. She said the first part of the combination down back pole first time, front rail this time.
And as is the case with 5 in the field, she's always front loading with likely her least experienced horses, 1 and 2,
Yes.
and saving her.
Yeah, she's
more
using this
experience
as an
at the back.
opportunity to get these horses up and going, The question is, what are we getting ready to get up and do, and how far is it going to go? But let's hope we do it all right and we can keep competing here.
Yeah. So again, one of the only non-Canadians in the field today, Emily Ward. She is a British rider who's actually riding and training with Tiffany at Little Creek Equestrian. So out goes the coach and comes the student.
Yeah, it is a good girl. I watched this girl in Wellington earlier on this year, and I just looked at her bio a little bit there. She was spent a good while with Michael Whittaker and that, so, and I watched her ride. She knows what she's doing. Pretty looking horse cantering by us there, isn't he?
Very nice. Lots of jump.
Yeah, I just see this one. There's one at Kent, so she's probably putting miles on it for Kent. Oh, that was good. Again, she likes the ad. That's a sort of, and had it down. Its back end is a little bit suspect.
Quite active.
It just needs a bit of time to get its back end away.
Like a 9 down there. So
Yeah,
we're
it's
gonna
looking,
get
it's
close
looking, it's looking a bit green. This, it's sort
Yeah.
of got itself into a little bit of a problem here. But it's all experience. Started out quite well, and then she sort of had to work hard to get it through the double, and since then she had to put a lot of pressure on. The jump has sort of gone a little bit. Let's hope it regains it again. Okay, it finished up good. Just the first double over there, she had to put a lot of leg and a lot of pressure on it, and sort of then she lost the horse for a little bit, got a little bit rude in its mouth and that sort of thing.
It's looking like it's maybe not the most cooperative. Fighting a little bit out there with her.
Well, she's on it for a reason.
So now we've got Brian Morton coming into the ring on Crusader Z. Brian's now riding for Spruce Meadows, which is would have a lot of horses to work on out of there.
Yeah, Brian is local here. He does a great job. He's a hard worker, and anytime he's got his hands on a nice horse, he's made lots of use of it. Again, I saw this one jump on Friday here. It jumped quite nice. I have to say, sorry, I really don't know much about it, but it jumped quite nice on Friday. Big scopy one.
Yeah, Crusader Z is an 11-year-old mare. Very scopy.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of its own way of doing things, but so far it's getting it done.
Oof.
Brian again is another fast rider in the jump off if he can get there. Oh, try to be careful, this horse, isn't it?
Two to go.
Okay, just got a little bit wide. He line got away from a little bit at the last, but he made up for it. He had a scope to leave long and jump it.
Yeah, he'll be happy about that.
How many have we got now? 4?
4 in the jump off, I believe. So next up here we've got Tracy Epp riding Chicago. Tracy's had a fairly active week, lots of horses and lots of classes.
Yeah, Tracy, another regular here, Thunderbird. Travels down to the States a lot. A really, really good, strong competitor.
This is actually a stallion that Tracy's aboard here.
This fella's been around for a while. He's had a couple of really, really good seasons. Last time I saw him, he just maybe lost his form, but I haven't seen him again. I haven't seen him for a while, so it'll be interesting to watch him here. So far, so good. Pretty smooth. A little bit late on the 9 there, but got away with it. You have to say this course is riding really, really nicely, isn't it? And it's presenting some problems, but it's very fair and inviting to the horses. They're sticking with that 9. They all like that 9, so they do. I've sort of, when I walked it, I don't know, almost if I was going, I'd be adding one in there. Good round. Otherwise, that's obviously the line. The line they have to jump today seems to be is that combination.
Yeah. Just the 4 faults for Tracy in Chicago. Too bad, otherwise a beautiful ride.
Horse jump really good.
Yeah.
She rode him good.
Braden James is in next, although we haven't seen him come through the tower there. It's another thing, no spectators really out here this weekend, which makes a difference. Usually it's so lively, but everyone's lined the field. They're 6 feet apart.
This is a great 2 weeks here in August. This was something that I know my group always look forward to coming back here for at least this 2 weeks in August. Beautiful horse show. But it's great to see that they're able to run a horse show. And Braden is sort of stuck here with COVID. He's sort of between here and going back to Europe. Spent a good bit of time with me when he was a kid. And then we got him off to Germany. He worked for years for Christian Amann, got to ride all his up-and-coming young horses and manage his barn and gain valuable experience there, and then has sort of been around about a few places. He's again sort of got unbelievable mileage.
Yeah. What do you feel are the biggest differences for young riders staying here versus, say, going to Europe and spending some time over there?
I think if they're going to, if it depends on your ambition of what you want out of life. That's gone back really there. Sort of, it's very hard to get the exposure here. You need to get out and get to see the courses, see the shows. You need variety. This show has brought this part of the world on so much in their Nations Cup show and then their sort of World Cup show here at the end of the year. It's been a big advantage, but obviously there isn't too many of them, and that's invaluable to the riders, is to get out and get that mileage.
Just 9 coming down there. Oh, and 10.
Yeah, he's
B.
struggling a little bit.
too bad. 16 and a time fault, unfortunately, for Braden.
I don't know if Braden has had that very long. It looks like he needs a bit more time with it.
Yeah, just 3 months back.
Yeah.
Reunited. So.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Chris Lowe, another staple from the Thunderbird scene. Grew up riding with Brent and Laura, and has been in and out sort of with different horses.
This is the true. This is.
Is that Chris Lowe?
This is not Chris.
Doesn't look like Chris Lowe.
Unless his horse changed colour and Chris changed style, but
No.
it's definitely not Chris cantering into the ring.
No. Huh.
I think we got ahead of ourselves. Who is this? This is Braden James.
Oh, did we?
That's what I was thinking. Here we go.
We've got a.
I've lost my list, and
Well,
we're
no,
all
our
over the place.
list is wrong.
Okay.
So I wonder who that was that we were just talking about. So this is Braden.
Okay, so we're back on track. Okay, now is Braden. That was Chris before. Okay. Oh my God, Braden. I put the damper on Braden, didn't I? Giving him a build up earlier on, and
Ooh.
oh Lord. Okay. Not sort of the way you want your day to go.
No. Looks like he might.
I think he's.
Keep going, or is he gonna
I
retire?
would. Well, I don't know. He's going to retire, is he? He is, thank God. Good man, Braden. Horse was not happy over the first fence, made a bad job of it, and then. Where is he coming again?
Oh no.
He's gone. It's great to be young. Give it a go.
Well, hopefully he can get those bugs worked out, and with that, we will take a commercial break and be right back. Got some good riders coming up here in the second half of the class here.
For over half a century, Ani has been building communities for people to live, work, and play. Our success reflects our commitment to quality construction, innovation, sustainability, and customer satisfaction. At Ani, we understand that our business is dependent upon our customers and the communities we serve. It is why we believe so strongly in planning for the future and giving back to those communities through long-lasting relationships that span over generations. It's our commitment to living well. It's a celebration of community today and for the future.
Integrity, caring, agility, collaboration. Every day, our people go to work delivering inspired solutions in structures and logistics, electricity, natural gas, retail energy, and ports and transportation to homes, businesses, and communities around the world. Find out more at atco.com.
We are back at Thunderbird Show Park here in Langley, British Columbia for the Meter 45 ATCO Cup. First big class for a lot of these horses and riders of the season, but nice to see horse show back up and running and people out showing again. We do have a few spectators dotted around the edge of the ring, but absolutely gorgeous day out here today, about 35 degrees. Hot. We've currently got 4 horses in the jump off, and next into the ring is Tiffany Foster. This is her 3rd horse in the class, Hamilton. And so far doesn't have a clean in the jump off, so hopefully.
Oh, they're giving Tiffany lots of water in between. She's working hard today. This horse I watched jump on Friday, and it jumped really, really good. It seems to have a lot of qualities, very light, very scopy, looks like a horse that, you know, you'd look forward to going ahead with this horse, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's really light off the ground, very scopy. There's the 9 again. Okay, let's see if Tiffany does the combination this time. She's staying with her numbers. There you go. She's
Beautiful.
a scope and quality to do it.
There we go.
Well, that has to be very exciting for Tiffany to have one like this coming along. Like, he's a real team horse and looks like he's going to be a 5-star Grand Prix horse soon. You'd really like him. He's so light off the ground, very scopy, nice to ride. He ticks a lot of boxes, this fella. He's a nice horse.
Yeah, looks quite pleased with himself. Got a nice.
So relaxed, he's walking out of
Yeah.
there, break loose rein, taking it in his stride, which is very, very important if you're going to go to the bigger level.
Here we come back with Kyle King again on Enzo. This is an 11-year-old KWPN gelding. Kyle's had him for about 2 seasons, but still quite green at the Grand Prix level. Another horse that Kyle said is sort of just on that Grand Prix cusp, and he expected this to be, you know, a year for him, but he needs Grand Prix to be up and running so that he can get out there and give him the experience.
Yeah, all the horses are going to be a long way behind starting out next year. You know, most of them have missed all this season then. Again, I watched this horse jump on Friday. He looked very interesting, very scopy, very light again. Okay, front rail gone there. Just looks like he needs a little bit more time with Kyle. He's sort of not obeying all he's asking him to do. He's running through his bridle a little bit in some of the lines. Big moving horse. Huge stride. Very good. I guess Kyle will be a little bit disappointed in that. You know, he was a little bit. Just didn't come back off the front rail jumping out of that double. Jumped the rest of it really good.
Kyle returning with coffee to go in the jump off his earlier ride. I know he'll be disappointed he doesn't have 2, but coming into the ring now, Laura Jane Tidball on Concito's son. Laura, of course, the granddaughter of, or not the granddaughter, the daughter of Jane Tidball, and obviously coached by her aunt Laura and husband Brent. So again, Laura's one that's been around for a long time, knows this facility inside and out, and coming off quite a bad accident as well last year. She had a fall and was in the hospital for quite a while, so it's great to see Laura back in the ring.
Well, she recovered from that. Amazing how quickly she got back on it again.
Yeah.
Unless I'm mistaken, she was on a couple of Winning Nations Cup teams, so she was over the last season or so. Really great competitor. I think goes down to Florida, hangs out with Tiffany a lot when she's down there. Be nice to have a clear round for the home bunch here now.
Mm-hmm.
Well ridden now. Jump. And again. Good go. This horse has been pretty good with her all season, so he has now. Saw him a little bit earlier in the year, and he jumped a lot of really good rounds with her.
Yeah, and Laura, very strong, capable riders, really able to hold them together out there.
That was excellent, both into the combination and into the double. She's protecting him. She's doing a great job on him. She's giving him a great ride. If he doesn't jump a clear round, it won't be her fault.
Yeah, just getting close on time here, Laura.
Come on, girl.
Oh,
Oh, is she over?
one time fault.
Oh my God.
Ah, that's really too bad. That was a beautiful ride.
She rode the socks off him there. That was really good.
Yeah, just the one time fault, disappointing, but she looks like she's really happy with him, so that's fantastic.
She did. She had to add up on both lines, and so obviously cost her a little bit, and she was careful with him the whole way around, but it's just a pity.
Next into the ring here, Sebastian Devrini.
This one is quite young, I think. Watched the jump here on Friday.
8-year-old gelding.
8-year-old. Young in a Grand Prix, but for meter 45 it should be a nice course. I watched it on Friday, just lacks a little bit of rideability here and there. Apart from that, it jumped pretty good.
Oh.
No, I've done a good job with it, haven't I? Knocked the first fence down.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen that. Well, second time we've seen that milk come down.
Well, you can't say Braden knocked it down.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say
He demolished it. So.
I was trying to be nice. Another rail there.
Yeah,
Just
again,
gonna-
this horse needs a little bit more time on the flat, a little bit more riding. He just doesn't listen all the time. Ran out of space in that line. He had no choice but to pull up.
Yeah, just his second meter 45 Grand Prix today, so you can.
It's 8. It's got time on its side, but it just needs to back itself up a little bit. It wants to run past everything, which is not so nice when you're riding it. He got him well handled there. Whoops.
Cool. Yeah, just a little bit unorganized in a lot of places, which is costing.
Well, when you have that problem with the ride, then usually the further you go on the course, the more
Yeah.
the more problems you have. You
the
know,
more rails you have. 15 and a few times.
but you know, he actually does some things
Sorry,
pretty.
20 and 3 times.
Yeah, he does some things pretty good. It's just whether he has to get his ride right, or if he's going to go any place with him.
Another local rider up next, Samantha Beers-Darville on Baton Rouge. She again is just literally kitty corner to this property down the road.
This horse was actually bred, reared, produced, everything right across the street here. Nice horse, out of a great mare that Sammy rode called, I think it was Nancy was her name, that she won a lot on. And this was her first foal. Really nice young horses. I saw it here win the 4-year-olds. And they've taken their time producing it. It's careful. Watched it in Wellington this year and saw it again here on Friday, and it looks like one thing about it, it's an improver, a lot of quality, very careful, enough jump. Again, a horse in a year or two could be a very interesting horse.
It's always nice to see. I mean, that's one thing we obviously don't have here in Canada, is a lot of quality breeding compared to Europe. So anytime, you know, you can get these guys breeding and showing their own horses, that's positive.
It's so hard to breed that one, you know. This horse is jumping a cracking round so far.
And Samantha too, just better and better every year, the more experience
Yeah, she's
she
a good
gets.
girl, great kid. I saw her right here when she was like really baby, and she was always talented. Really liking the way this horse is developing for her. It's nice to see her with a nice one. She's got so much power, very careful. Oh, Sammy! Oh, Sammy!
Just hesitated there a bit. And
Yeah. We'll probably get to see that again, but I think she got stuck on the half stride there with him. Did he try to jump it? He tried his best, huh?
yeah.
Okay, Sammy's going to be really annoyed with herself. Horse wants to be good.
Too big of a jump to make a little
Well,
mistake.
it's one of the great things that I love to see in a competitor and a rider. When you come out of the ring after it's your mistake, you don't want to see anybody, you don't want to talk to
No.
anybody. You feel so bad
yeah,
about
you
it,
see
you
her
know?
shaking her head there. She's
Yeah.
quite upset with herself.
But anyway, that horse with a big future.
Yeah, she's a good boy. And with that, we're going to head to our final commercial break. 7 horses to finish off the class when we come back, and we'll see if we can get some more clear rounds here at the ATCO Meter 45 Grand Prix in Langley.
For over half a century, ANI has been building communities for people to live, work, and play. Our success reflects our commitment to quality construction, innovation, sustainability, and customer satisfaction. At ANI, we understand that our business is dependent upon our customers and the communities we serve. It is why we believe so strongly in planning for the future and giving back to those communities through long-lasting relationships that span over generations. It's our commitment to living well. It's a celebration of community today and for the future.
Integrity, caring, agility, collaboration. Every day, our people go to work delivering inspired solutions in structures and logistics, electricity, natural gas, retail energy, and ports and transportation to homes, businesses, and communities around the world. Find out more at atco.com.
Live on park.
And we're back with the $40,000 ATCO Cup here at Thunderbird Show Park in Langley. Absolutely gorgeous day out there today. A little bit sticky, a little bit hot, but it doesn't seem to be bothering anybody too much. We've had some great clean rides out there, and one of those who will be looking to join that group right here, Ben Aslan, coming in on his second horse of the day in Lucan Q.
I'd say it's probably a little bit more comfortable for the riders out there in the field than it is sitting in this box.
It's a little warm, a little warm. So Lucan Q is a newer horse for Ben. He's been taking his time with him and spending this COVID break, obviously working on getting him more comfortable at the meter 45 level. So far, so good. So we come to jump number 4 there.
Ben is a very stylish rider. He does all the right things. That's one thing that's so hard in the sport is you can have all the talent, and if you don't get to sit on a nice horse, it's very hard to show it off. Ben, of course, had his great horse very young and very early in his career, and well, that was an unlucky rail there.
9 coming down, working on 4 faults. Now 8 with the second vertical and 10B combination coming down. Too bad. 8 faults for Ben and Lucan Q.
87-17, the first time track for that and Lucan Q. Today's going to fall. 87-17. Tiffany Foster returns to the ring now, this time with entry number 583, Northern Light, which ends the first round.
Be interesting to see though how this lead up week obviously helps as these horses come into the second week next week and become a little bit more sure out there and back to competition and so forth.
I have to say most of them look pretty comfortable on the field, you know?
Yeah, they don't look like they've had 5 months off.
But then again, I think it's a compliment to Peter for the course he's built. He's sort of built very inviting, and he's given them every chance to get back into it, you know?
So we're back here with Tiffany Foster, her 4th of 5 horses in the class today, and this is Northern Light. Another horse owned by Artisan Farms, who have given her so many fantastic rides over her young career so far.
Our last horse, I think, is probably going to be one of those horses. It'd be interesting what Tiffany considers was her best horse so far. As it was Triple X, probably her best championship horse for sure. But she's had so many really good, nice, competitive horses.
And again, Tiffany would usually be in Europe during the early part of the year and wasn't able to go, so she's now sort of set up shop right here at Thunderbird and is training and working out of Thunderbird, which is a bit of a nice break for her. She can't be showing where she'd normally be showing.
Okay, it looks like she's going to make it here. Should have kept quiet, don't wish her. Good girl.
Perfect. No time faults. clean for Tiffany Foster and Northern Light.
18:30, the finishing time for Tiffany Foster and Northern Light, no fouls at all. That is her second entry. Go clear into the jump off.
That's great. Let's see how ecstatic she is with that ride.
Tiffany is always kind to her horses. Even if they don't jump good, she sort of always has a pattern for them. It's nice to see.
And coming into the ring now, this is Carly Stevens aboard Dento. Carly's had Dento for 3 years now, so fairly solid partnership there. And again, Carly trained by Lisa Carlson. She's got quite a few students in this class, which is nice to see.
First fence is caused for a couple now.
Unlucky first rail there.
Yeah. Carly is doing a really good job so far. She's very positive. Oh, that was unlucky. She's trying hard, working hard.
Ah, that's too bad.
Yeah, you have to say, girl rode, she rode really, really good along. She got the hard part of it done, first two parts of the combination. Very hard to see from here. She did her end of the ring. I don't know why it had the back rail off there.
And coming into the ring now, Brian Morton on Cadillac. This is another Spruce Meadows horse.
It's a pretty nice horse, this. And he's pretty new to Brian, is he?
Yeah, just riding him since January.
Yeah.
First Grand Prix on both these horses. Cadillac's a 10-year-old gelding by Korlensky. Very pretty horse. Let's jump. Oh.
Okay, that was interesting. Brian just kept going at that, you know. He looked like he needed just to set up a little bit into the vertical to give him a better chance, but horse is jumping good. Oi. Again, hard to see from here what happened at the last part of the combination to get back rail off it. A little bit of a disappointing round for that horse.
87.19 the finishing time. We're under the panel out of 88 seconds, however, is jumping shot. So Brian Morton and Cadillac.
Yeah, two newer horses. Not the. I'm sure not the day he was looking for, but regardless, got out there and got them both around. Third and final time today for Kyle King back in the ring on Destin at 254.
Brian is Kyle has won through, hasn't he?
Yep. Kyle has coffee to go in the jump off.
Yeah.
So this is a 13-year-old Westphalian gelding that Kyle got at the end of last season. And saying that he's still quite green at this level, but he had a great winter showing at the Desert Horse Park.
And Kyle is a bit of a genius at picking up horses and sort of revamping them, you know. He's quite professional at sort of changing horses around. He doesn't always get the best horses in the world to ride, but he does a great job at everything he has. So far so good. Horse seems to be trying hard. He just needs to set up a little bit in this line. Whoops. Good job. Nice to see him with 2 in the jump off. Shouldn't jinx him, 3 to go. Oh, good job.
Perfect.
Horse jumped a nice round.
So Kyle will be back with his second horse in the jump off. 6 now, with 2 riders to go in the first round.
Kyle is looking strong for the jump off here, so he is.
Yeah, we've got Tiffany Foster back with 2. Ben, Kyle, and Brian back. Brian Morton back, so quite a competitive group. Coming in now, we've got Emily Ward of Great Britain.
And hopefully Emily have a better run this time than she had last time.
Million in Mind is her horse.
I wonder if that name for him from the expectations of price when it was a young one. She's had lots of ads. Okay, Emily doing a good job. She looks like she's having to write a little bit of scope into it at times. And she's been very careful.
Oh, shoot.
That's the distance. That's the fans of the day.
Yeah, and those front rails on that combination are so light.
And they've had all three parts of it, you know. They're knocked the last part of it, which is surprising quite a bit at times too, you know. It's been fence of the day.
Fortunately, just the 4 faults for Emily there.
Jumping faults here in the first round for them with a time of 87.30 under the timeout.
We should be having Tiffany coming back in with her 5th and final horse on the day.
She deserves a little break.
She's been extremely busy.
She deserves a little break.
I believe she's still in the warm-up ring there, so a little bit of time to get back in here.
So it looks like we're setting up for a good jump off. What have we got? How many have we got so far?
We have 6 coming back for the jump off.
6, and you sort of expect Tiffany to go clear in Brighton.
We've got, well, yeah, possibly 7.
Yeah, jinx her, but anyway.
So Kyle with 2, Tiffany with 2, Ben and Brian. That's our 6 coming back. $40,000 though, that's another thing people have been missing is the prize money with no showing.
It's a great pot, so it is. It's a great pot. You know, you get to jump around meter 45, and you've a prize fund of $40,000. It's a great event.
Mm-hmm.
We just all have to keep our fingers crossed now that everything keeps going the right way in Canada, and that we can continue and have more of these, and build and look forward to next year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and they're back showing in Europe, and things seem to be okay, but it really takes this huge effort, which is what we're seeing here today. Everyone being so careful.
Yeah, Europe has gone a little bit difficult. I believe that they put a lot of restrictions, and it's one rider, one groom, and no outsiders. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they can keep going.
Mm-hmm. So Tiffany Foster now back in with the final ride of the day on Brighton.
This has been a lovely horse for Tiffany, this guy.
14-year-old gelding.
Nice to see Tiffany with that young one. The other horse she's clearing with that young horse that jumps. I've head like a face. I forget his name, but he looked very special.
Tiffany taking
Whoops.
a little bit of a spook there at
There
her
you
own
go.
jump.
An old 14-year-old going in spooks. If they don't have a little bit of spook in them, they're not good enough.
Tiffany over her own jump there, Little Creek Equestrian.
Okay, she had a double ad going in there. He had scope enough to do it, not a problem. Horse is jumping really nice and loose, loosen his back, loosen his body. Excellent. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
You'd have to say Tiffany is in a favourite position with this guy in last in the jump off. My money would have to go on her.
Yeah, and if anyone can get it done, it's her. Would be nice to have a win in front of the hometown fans, definitely.
Well, she won it here on Friday, so it'll be her second big of the week, and I'm sure she's hoping to do that.
Just having a quick chat there with Peter Holmes, course designer.
Peter's happy with himself, right number of clear rounds.
Yeah. Not too many, not too few.
Yeah. And everything jumped it pretty good. Nobody got in trouble. That's always a course builder's worry when he sets a course. It's a fine line about doing enough to make it competitive, doing too much and too little, you know. It's just a feeling. I say experience is a help that Peter has, but unless you have got that knack and that feeling, it's a very difficult job.
Yeah, so crew just getting ready to get the jump off underway here, which we now have 7 coming back. Tiffany with 3. Brian Morton on Crusader, and then Kyle King with 2, and Ben Aslin with 1.
Just watching Peter going across the ring there with his measuring stick. I think it's one of the toughest jobs in our sport, course building. First one in the morning and your last one out of here at night, and if you happen to get it wrong, everybody is bitching at you. If you get it right, everybody walks away and says nothing. So
yeah, and
I admire them.
I think it's going to be a positive day for all of these 7 riders coming back in the jump off. You just look at the order of go there. Tiffany back in first, Kyle King second, Ben coming in, and then Brian, and then Tiffany, Kyle, Tiffany back in with the last horse of the day. So pretty strong field. Kyle back with 2 and Tiffany with 3, and then Ben and Brian. It's definitely going to be an interesting.
Well, it's not over until the last horse jumps in this jump off. That's for sure.
Yeah, and so we'll bring those 7 back for the jump off, and we did have a chance to chat with Peter about the jump off earlier today. So let's go to that interview and see what Peter had to say.
And we are joined here now by Peter Holmes, course designer at one of the jumps which you anticipate is going to be an issue in the jump off, quite a tall vertical heading into the gate.
Yes, this is the ATCO Pillars. This is the very last jump of the jump off. All the competitors who've gone clean the first round will be coming in the jump off, and they'll be wanting to win this class. And by this portion of the course, they'll be going pretty fast, and it's all for the grabs at the last fence.
Let's talk a little bit too. Obviously, throughout this pandemic, it's thrown everyone off of their game. Today's course, was that something that you were keeping in mind in terms of a lot of these horses haven't been out there showing, and this is sort of their big class back?
Interesting question there, Aaron. Yes, and in a big, beautiful arena as in Thunderbird has, they have space to get going, and they've been going so well all week. This is a serious Grand Prix. These horses are not underprepared.
Well, we expect to see more than a few in the jump off and some excellent riders, so it should be an interesting go.
For over half a century, Ani has been building communities for people to live, work, and play. Our success reflects our commitment to quality construction, innovation, sustainability, and customer satisfaction. At Ani, we understand that our business is dependent upon our customers and the communities we serve. It is why we believe so strongly in planning for the future and giving back to those communities through long-lasting relationships that span over generations. It's our commitment to living well. It's a celebration of community today and for the future.
Integrity, caring, agility, collaboration. Every day, our people go to work delivering inspired solutions in structures and logistics, electricity, natural gas, retail energy, and ports and transportation to homes, businesses, and communities around the world. Find out more at atco.com.
nearest timber frame building, and then around to fence number 9, and adjustable vertical located in behind our forest trees in the middle of the field. From 9 o'clock to the 5AB combination on the far side before coming back around to our 2 new fences for the jump off 14 and 15. 14, the gray Oxford by the trees, and then finishing over the ATCO vertical number 15. There's the finish line on the gate.
Okay. Yeah, there's only so much to talk about in terms of just to looks like we've finally got Tiffany ready to go. Coming back to the gate here, our first of 7 in the jump off. She is on Hamilton first in. A little bit of shuffling having to have been done with, obviously she has 3 horses, Kyle King has 2 horses. Just trying to share the break so that it's fair. Here comes Tiffany. I get a good look on this first go around with Hamilton. We'll see if she can lay down a double clean here and put the pressure on the rest of the field right off the bat.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty wide open galloping jump off. Certainly lots of long runs on it, and so
Peter loves to do.
yeah, it's going to be a bit of a gallop. Okay, everybody will be watching Tiffany with interest to see what sort of numbers she can do here. Setting out a great gallop. It looks like she's going to make them go. She's having to go.
So we start off on jump number 11, Big Oxer.
Okay, that was easy enough. It'll still be the 6.
12, 13.
Then how brave do you want to be here?
Slice to 9.
Cross to the double. Super.
Beautifully ridden.
Yeah, nice horse.
46.94, double clean for Tiffany Foster and Hamilton.
Be interested to see what's in it, but it looks like she left a little bit there. I know. If the others are good enough to take it on. Oh, Kyle is having trouble already. He's jibbing it to roll back by the water jump.
The next entry to return will be the first of Kyle King's entries. Here he is with
And this is Kyle King back with the first of his 2 in the jump off. Coffee to go.
That's going to be an issue for him there now, because he's just shown him that number fence 14 or what number that is. But it's by the water jump, and the horse sort of turning up looks like he's going to jump the water. He obviously, it's a bit of a spook at the water, so he'll have to be a little bit cautious there. Yeah, he's rehearsing it again. You're probably better off stay away from it at this stage, Kyle. I'm sure when he walked the course and he walked the jump off course, he was saying, "Oh God, why did I put that fence there?" Okay, 17 seconds to get to the start, Kyle. Come on.
Yeah, cutting it
He's
a little
time.
bit close.
He's time. Maybe when he gets competitive in the course, he might change his mind.
Really close. Whew, 2 seconds. Ah, shoot.
The last thing you didn't want when he came into the ring was for that to happen, because in order trying to get him by it and get him to look at it, he's sort of, the horse has lost his focus, lost everything, and he's paying for it, you know.
Riding 8 faults there now.
Yeah, it's all falling out of bed for him.
12. Well, let's see if we can get him over.
Yeah, he'll get him over it all right. I always find in an instant like that you're better off sort of not rehearsing it, just going to it.
Yeah.
When the horses get competitive, they look for the fence more. But he just got upset to begin with, and then it sort of put him in a bad place starting out.
Unfortunately, 12 faults for Kyle there, 49.54. Does have a chance to come back with his second horse.
Hopefully he's not going to spook at the water.
And now we've got Brian Morton in with Crusader Z. This is another Spruce Meadows horse, again, that he hasn't had for a ton of time. Or sorry, this is Ben Aslanin we've gotten in.
Ben has gone quite wide there. Okay, he's got to put his foot down.
Ooh, got
Okay,
lucky there.
jumped over himself. So far, they're just not coming up the bend the way he wants them. Okay, you gotta get going, boy.
Oh,
Wow. Well, Ben didn't show it to him, but he went looking for it when he saw it. Huh?
mm-hmm.
Oh, water, horses and water. What makes them so silly about it? Okay, that's a bit disappointing.
So unfortunately, 2 refusals for Ben there, eliminated.
I think Ben is going to have to do a little bit of water schooling before next week.
Oh, he's got lots of options out there.
Yes.
Get into the international ring at Spruce Meadows if he wants.
I'm not so sure he'd be allowed to do that somehow or another.
Lights off.
Okay, this is a bit of a slow mover now again. It'll be Brian would have to put his foot down if he wants to get close.
Right, so Brian back in with Crusader Z. Spruce Meadows bred horse.
A little bit cautious there, Brian. Come on, got to make it up. Goodbye, Brian.
Double clean, just not quite fast enough. 49.20 for Brian.
Yeah, he did a good job. He was a little bit careful back to the water tray and again to the fence by the water. He seems happy.
He's
though.
happy.
Yeah, he seems happy.
Good for him. Never bad when you're double clean.
Yeah, and he
On a
probably
loose day.
no experience about jumping off with these horses, so he has to figure his way with them a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Horse jump good, very careful.
And we will head to commercial break and be back with our last 2 in the jump off when we return.
For over half a century, Ani has been building communities for people to live, work, and play. Our success reflects our commitment to quality construction, innovation, sustainability, and customer satisfaction. At Ani, we understand that our business is dependent upon our customers and the communities we serve. It is why we believe so strongly in planning for the future and giving back to those communities through long-lasting relationships that span over generations. It's our commitment to living well. It's a celebration of community today and for the future.
Integrity, caring, agility, collaboration. Every day, our people go to work delivering inspired solutions in structures and logistics, electricity, natural gas, retail energy, and ports and transportation to homes, businesses, and communities around the world. Find out more at atco.com.
Show Park here in Langley for the $40,000 ATCO Cup, meter 45. We have 3 left remaining in the jump off, including 2 back from Tiffany Foster and 1 from Kyle King. Tiffany currently leading with a double clean round. Fastest time on the day. We'll see if she can beat her own entries with her next 2, but I guarantee that Kyle King's going to make it interesting if he has anything to do with it.
Yeah, hopefully Kyle gets away with it and gives us a bit of competition, makes Tiffany go on her last horse.
Tiffany just coming through the gate there. What's the most amount of horses you've ever ridden in the class?
Oh God, I don't know. Smaller shows at home in Ireland, you'd ride all day long. But I think 5 in a Grand Prix is quite a number. There's not too many more.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, to have 5.
Yeah, she won't be working out tonight.
No. This is her gym for the day.
Yeah, a nice cold shower is going to feel very good after this.
Yeah. Well, let's see what she can do here. She's had the advantage of already riding once. Looks like she's going to get going a little quickly here.
Yeah, she's setting out good. Well, that's very tight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's going to be quicker with this one by the looks of things. Sort of an active horse.
Yeah, she knows how to go.
Oh, this is good. She's just got.
Oh, yeah.
She's got a nice punch. She's got a nice punch.
Yeah. 43.65.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. The horse was very competitive there. Very careful, very good. She rode great. She took all the chances. Really rode a great tight track. Now, Carl, he's probably scratching his head, sort of, whether how am I going to get better than that?
Well, he's showing his horse again.
Not the same
The
fence.
other water. But not 14. Learned his lesson, maybe.
No,
No?
he's rehearsing it.
No, it doesn't seem to bother this guy, though.
No.
I think he's gonna go for it.
Oh, he'll definitely go for it.
See if he can keep them all up.
Where is he going to be faster?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
His first line, can he do one less and one less? No. Tiffany's going to have a field day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, working on 8 there for Kyle. That's too bad.
It's a different game jump off when you ask them to go a little bit out of their comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the real quality tells.
Yeah, not Kyle's day.
Yeah, Kyle's day.
But 2 in the jump off. He's gonna be happy with that.
That's it for me. The highlight of the day has been seeing Tiffany's horses. They jump beautifully.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what she does here with her last one.
Well, she's got it sewn up, so whether
be
she's going to
careful.
cruise or try
Careful
and be
and quiet.
competitive with him, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually Tiffany is warming up out there, and I think it's just going to be a few minutes. So what we'll do is go to an interview with her earlier in the day where we caught up with her and just asked her how she is faring with the pandemic and all of her showing.
Here with Tiffany Foster, Canadian, who has 5 horses in the field today. Little bit of a different makeup. As we were just chatting, you said the new reality, no international horse and rider combinations in the field. Does that make a difference?
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple internationals. There's one British girl who rides with me, and so we've been able to kind of get a few people, but obviously with the borders closed, it's a very different thing than we're used to seeing here on this beautiful field at Thunderbird, and a mainly Canadian crowd. But I have to say, I think that it is amazing what they've done for us here to make sure that we can have some competitions, and I think this is just a little bit the new normal, right? So we all have to kind of adapt and be ready to do it, and for Thunderbird to give us an opportunity to keep, you know, honing in on our craft and keep the horses going, it really is important for us. And also that sponsors are still stepping up to do this in this very difficult time. You know, for a sponsor like ATCO, who has been such a great sponsor for Canada, for them to be behind this Grand Prix, I think really we need to give them kudos.
Mm-hmm. And so you've been doing your best to sort of stay normal, continue your schedule minus, you know, some of the shows. Coming back this week at Thunderbird, how important is it for you to be able to get your horses back into that routine of showing?
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing that can recreate that. And they did a sort of training show here in July, which was great, and that we all kind of needed to just kind of blow the rust out before this real competition with $40,000 on the line. And so I think that there's nothing you can do at home to prepare like there is actual competition. And so it goes a really long way for us, for sure.
5 horses in the field today. I'm expecting you need at least one in the jump.
Exactly. The odds are definitely in my favor. Again, if it wasn't this crazy year, we wouldn't be here probably at this time of the year. Normally we're based over in Belgium, so we kind of decided to make our home back where actual home is for me, which is Vancouver. And again, because it's a different schedule, normally we have a show every weekend and we sort of rotate the horses because there's only a few opportunities to show. We have to take advantage and jump them all. So, you know, I'll be tired by the last one, but it'll be good.
Thanks, Tiffany. Good luck today.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we are back and just waiting for Tiffany to come to the gate. Obviously, she's going to take some time out there and warm up, but be interesting to see what she does, whether she goes for it or does she just take it easy. And
It depends on how hungry she's feeling today. She has 1 and 2 tied up, so
1, 2, 3.
I'm sure she's thinking about having the clean sweep.
Yeah.
She's in the distance. We see her. She's just popping a few fences in the warm up. I'm sure she's not going to do too much.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better day out here.
Oh my God! I was just thinking the arena looks absolutely fantastic, and the greenery. It's one. I think everybody that comes here just falls in love with this place. You know, it's one of the most popular shows in North America. So it is. I know I started bringing my group here years and years and years ago, and it's the highlight of the year to finish up with Thunderbird in August.
Yeah, especially when you get weather like this. It's hard.
Well, ideally, if we could just tone it down a little, but then we're never happy. Last week it was too cold and too wet, so
Yeah.
nature of the beast.
Yeah. Well, we do get quite a bit of rain here in the winter, so.
Well, we had a very wet summer. In the country, you can see everything looking so green. There's nothing burned up yet. It's very unusual for this time of the year to have everything, all the surroundings, sort of green.
Yeah. Yeah, so Brian's third place time, 49.20. She should be able to squeak in under that if she can stay clean and wrap 1, 2, 3 up.
Well, yeah, we should
Hope.
just, yeah. I think there'll be a petition next week to limit Tiffany to 1 or 2 horses.
2 entries only per class.
And give everybody as many as they can get.
Yeah. Yeah, nice to see her back here for such a long stretch.
I think it's the same for everybody this year, who sort of got long stretches and places they didn't think they were going to have them.
Yeah. But also, I think a testament to Thunderbird and the quality of riders that they've been able to turn out on the international scene from Langley here. It's been pretty remarkable.
Well, for this part of America, it's been an outstanding show and an unbelievable training ground for young riders. You know, it started off. Well, how long is it going here now? 20 years.
20 years here, and then the old Thunderbird's been 47, I believe. It's their 47th year.
Yeah, at the beginning, Jane's, you know, she was always, how are we going to get people here? How are we going to get people here? And eventually we sort of promoted them and got them coming, and now the trouble is, how do we accommodate? There's so many people on the waiting list to get in here, which is a great thing to see.
Yeah.
You know? Mexicans love it, the Irish boys love it, the Americans love it. No matter, everybody comes here just loves it, likes to come back. It's going to be interesting to see what sort of way this whole thing is going to go now. I'm sure we're all in the same boat. Everybody has an opinion, but what's actually going to happen, how long we're going to be closed up for.
Well, that's the one thing with horse shows, though. It seems, I mean, they're doing it here, and you're out there in the open air, and as long as everyone's careful.
That's the word, careful. Everybody needs to respect what's happening and be cautious.
So Tiffany back in on Brighton, final horse in the jump off. Her third on the day, and we'll see what she decides to do here, whether she goes for it or
I can say she's got to try and have the top 3 places.
yeah.
That's the competitor coming out.
I just love watching her ride in jump offs. The forward movement that she's able to get while still having complete control is it's really something to watch.
Yeah, she's very smooth. She was in the right place at the right time. Yeah, she's... Is she quicker?
Oop. Just gotta go.
It's going to be close. A little bit awkward there. She lost a little bit. Again at the last.
Yeah.
There you go.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Good for her. Doesn't get much better than that.
Well, that's a good day's work.
Yeah.
I know for sure the fact that her horses finished 1, 2, and 3 is obviously a bonus, but she has to be over the moon with the way her horses are jumping. She's probably saying, God, let's start up again. Let me get at it again, you know. I want to go to Europe and I want to jump.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to have to wait a little bit for that. It's great to see those horses so fresh and well. And
Yeah.
they probably have done nothing since Wellington, so yeah, they should be. Yeah, happy girl. Good day's work. Nice course. Everything worked out beautifully today. Next week is something to look forward to.
Yeah, pretty good restart to the season, I would say. And the new normal too. Everyone's just getting used to how this all runs now in this sort of environment. And I think everyone's really doing a good job.
In some parts of the world.
Here.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a good day, good sport, good competition, good jump off. I don't think we'll have anybody really disappointed. Maybe Ben with his horse, what he did in the jump off, he's not going to be happy with that. Kyle's horse. But we never know what gets in their brain.
So obviously we're just waiting for these horse and riders to get back on and come into the ring. There you see Jane Tidball getting ready to do the ribbon presentation. And Justin Ferreira and Renee Hogan from ATCO to do the ribbon and check ceremony, which it looks like it's be a Thunderbird plaque of some sort. I think the other nice thing too is just seeing how ATCO and Spruce Meadows, obviously the Southern family and the Tidballs here at Thunderbird, they really try and support both facilities, and they send their horses and riders out here, and Thunderbird sends their horses and riders to Spruce Meadows, and there's just a really nice working synergy between the two facilities.
Yeah, a big disappointment to everybody that Spruce Meadows didn't go ahead this summer, you know, they were sadly missed, and again they were very precise and made their decision very early and were very positive, which turned about to be the right decision, and I think the boys must be very not happy with Tiffany. They're allowing her to come in on her own. She gave them a whipping.
Well, it looks like maybe we're just going to do the winner and that's it.
I think if that's the case, I really think that's a good decision, because a lot of horses standing around in the heat, let them get back, let them get their shower and get put away, not have them hanging out in the heat. I have to say too that we're good. They didn't waive the jacket rule today. Everybody rode with their jackets in the heat, and
and Northern Light. That was the horse and rider combination taking home the top placing today in the $40,000 ATCO Cup.
So again there, Jane Titball and Christopher Pack of Thunderbird presenting Tiffany Foster with the $40,000 ATCO Cup. On Northern Light, and Tiffany taking the 1, 2, and 3 spots out here today. Just a fantastic showing for her.
Nice cooler to go with the prize. He's got a good brain on him, that fella. He doesn't care about anything. Huh?
Yeah, very quiet.
Ears pricked, taking it all in. No stress, no panic. The riders only get one shot in the jump off, unlike the photographers, they get 100 chances of getting it right.
Well, you think today everyone's patient would be waning a little bit with the heat. Sure, it's not their biggest concern.
Nope.
And there you go. That is it for us today at Thunderbird Show Park. Thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. And again, congratulations to Tiffany Foster and Northern Light on winning today's class. We will be back here next week. Eddie, a little less rusty, having one under our belt, and hopefully we'll get some more amazing competition next week. And again, just fantastic to see these horses and riders out here back showing.
Okay, we'll definitely guarantee we'll be a little bit more informed. I'll be a little bit more informed next week. I won't be guessing and losing my notes and losing all my stuff, so we will get better.
Yeah. Great, Eddie. Thank you so much, and we'll see everyone back here next week. Good afternoon.
Stay safe, buddy.